Hi everybody, welcome to First Look. What's today's date? Wednesday, right?
Thursday.
Oh God,
It's
isn't
the
that great?
27th.
Well, that's positive. It's
Wait,
Thursday.
No, it's the 26th. Thursday the 26th.
Don't you feel confident in our hands? Okay, so we're just talking about today's show. We're excited because Michael J. Fox is coming by, and he's become an important political player in the midterm elections, and of course the brouhaha with Rush Limbaugh. We're going to be talking with him really about a whole variety of things, specifically stem cell legislation, embryonic stem cell legislation, and get his reaction to Rush Limbaugh's, not only his impersonation, I guess it's safe to say, but some of the comments that Rush Limbaugh has made about Michael J. Fox's involvement in the election. And we're kind of figuring out how to fill out the rest of the show, and housing prices are...
Yeah, they took a big drop in new home sales, or the price of the average home dipped by a very large amount. And obviously most people that are either buying or selling homes realize that there's been, not across the board, but in many parts of the country, a real softness in the housing market. It's something that people have been talking about and worrying about.
Look at our friends in wetland.
Hey, sorry. Anyway, there's economic news on housing, and obviously a lot of people are concerned about that. So
we were just talking about how to fit what I did yesterday in Norwalk, Connecticut. I talked to a group of voters, 2 Republicans and 3 Democrats, about a variety of issues, really just to get out there to find out what voters were thinking about, if they felt that the economy was as good as the president's been saying, and you know, really get their takes on terror and on Iraq and taxes and Washington politics in general. So we were just talking about being able to use some of the things they had to say about the economy, and they have very different impressions of the economy. And
you sat with 6 voters yesterday, right?
Yeah, at a diner in Norwalk.
Some of it we used last night when them talking about President Bush and the war and attitudes about Iraq and that sort of thing. And tonight maybe another chunk of it talking more about the economy and taxes in light of what we've got. And then the question is, do we have time to do the Byron Pitt story, which is about the Tennessee Senate race.
Which is very, very key, and Harold Ford, and there have been a lot of very questionable ads where people have wondered if they have racist undertones to them, and Byron's been working on this piece for a while, but we're sort of...
morphing
the
news of the day, or the hard news out of that, with a really interesting interview with both candidates, interviews with both candidates that Byron has done down in Tennessee, and then that sort of feels as if it would lead into the
Michael J. Fox. So that's kind of I think we don't really need to divulge anything else today, do you?
I don't think
for maybe
we do.
the show closer's sort of funny.
It's cool.
Yeah,
we
Harry
just
Smith.
It.
Really? I want to see it. Is it racy? It sounds a little racy, my friend.
He doesn't read any of the racy parts or any.
It's about a romance novelist. You mean the dog-eared pages? It's about a romance novelist who is trying to improve his sales by offering, phone chats with some of the readers if they want to discuss plot lines.
He's basically become the king of the book club. If you have a book club and your book club is reading his book, he'll either call you on the phone or, if you want, he'll come to your house. So
house call.
His book was not selling, really.
And now it's doing well?
Harry says it's like 1,000 copies a week, which is not bad.
Can he come to your book club even if you're not reading the book?
I think you have to buy the book.
Anyway, I'm not really big into romance novels. Maybe I should give it a try.
It's a good story. It's fun to have Harry on the evening news.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so that does it for First Look. Today in our Not So Stupid Question segment, we're going to try this to see if we can really educate folks, including myself, about certain issues of the day. And you may not want to ask them because you feel stupid, but I'm here to tell you they're not so stupid. Today's Not So Stupid question is, embryonic stem cell research is legal when it's done privately and in some cases at the state level. Why does it matter so much if government funding is involved? To answer today's Not So Stupid question, Dr. John LaPook.
Government funding of research is very important, and one of the reasons is that it opens up the research to fresh air. You don't want science to be done behind closed doors. You want it to be peer-reviewed. You want people looking over your shoulders. And when science is done only by private industry, it's not as open a process. We've seen examples, for example, where with drug research, that if a drug company does the research on a medication, they may only decide to publish positive results. You really want everything, positive, negative. You want it open to fresh air. That's one thing. Two, there's a problem even in terms of privately funded research for stem cells, because you're not allowed to mix anything that was funded by the government with anything that is privately funded in terms of stem cells. So you lose the economy of scale. For example, sometimes you may have to start a whole new laboratory because you're not allowed to, you have to have new microscopes, new pipettes, new towels. Everything that you need to build a lab has to be separate, and you have to start all over. So you lose that whole economy of scale.